मनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरौ श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनतः सहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणललितः श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधौ दीनबंधौ जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरंगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यः एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Thank you. Reading from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adi Leela, chapter 2, text. Actually, today we'll cover multiple texts. Text 62 to 65. एयि मते नाना रूप कोरे पूर्व पक्ष ताहरे निर्जिते भागवत पद्य दक्षा एयि मते नाना रूप कोरे पूर्व पक्ष ताहरे निर्जिते भागवत पद्य दक्ष एयि मते नाना रूप कोरे पूर्व पक्ष ताहरे निर्जिते भागवत पद्य दक्ष। टेक्स्ट 63 वदन्ति तत्त्वविदस्तत्त्वं विज्ञानमद्वयं ब्रह्मेति परमात्मेति भगवान् इति शब्दते वदन्ति तत्त्वविदस्तत्त्वं विज्ञानमद्वयं ब्रह्मेति परमात्मेति भगवान् इति शब्दते वदन्ति तत्त्वविदस्तत्त्वं विज्ञानमद्वयं ब्रह्मेति परमात्मेति भगवान् इति शब्दते। टेक्स्ट नंबर 64 शुनो बाह्य श्लोकाकर हो विचार एक मुख्य तत्व तेना तहर प्रचार शुनो बाह्य श्लोकाकर हो विचार एक मुख्य तत्व तेना तहर प्रचार शुनो बाह्य श्लोकाकर हो विचार एक मुख्य तत्व तेना तहर प्रचार। The last verse 65 for today. अद्वय अद्वय ज्ञान तत्व वस्तु कृष्ण स्वरूप ब्रह्म आत्मा भगवान तीन तारा रूप अद्वय ज्ञान तत्व वस्तु कृष्ण स्वरूपा ब्रह्म आत्मा भगवान तीन तारा रूपा अद्वय ज्ञान तत्व वस्तु कृष्ण स्वरूपा ब्रह्म आत्मा भगवान तीन तारा रूपा। Okay, going back to text 62, the first verse for the translation. Synonyms: Eimate, thus, nana, many, rupa, forms, kore, takes, purva paksha, the objections, tahare, them, nirjite, overcoming, bhagavata, of Srimad Bhagavatam, daksha, expert. Translation by History Gangesh Srila Prabhupada ki jai. In this way, their arguments appear in various forms, but the poetry of the Bhagavatam expertly refutes them all. Text 63, synonyms. Vadanti, they say, tat, that, tattva vidaha, learned souls, tattvam, the absolute truth, yat, which, gnanam, knowledge, advayam, non-dual, brahma, brahman, iti, thus, paramatma, paramatma, iti, thus, bhagavan, bhagavan, iti, thus, shabdyate, is known. Translation: learned transcendentalists who know the absolute truth say that it is non-dual knowledge and is called impersonal Brahman, the localized Paramatma, and the personality of Godhead. This text is from Srimad Bhagavatam 1 to 11. Text 64, synonyms. Shono, please listen. Bhai, brothers. Yei, this. Shloka, verse. Karaha, please give. Vichar, consideration. Eka, one. Mukhya, principle, Tattva, truth, Tina, three, Tahara, of that, Prachara, manifestations. Translation: My dear brothers, kindly listen to the explanation of this verse and consider its meaning. The one original entity is known in his three different features. The last verse for today. Synonyms: Advaya Gnana, knowledge without duality; Tattvavastu, the absolute truth; Krishnera, of Lord Krishna; Swarupa, own nature; Brahma, Brahman; Atma, Paramatma; Bhagavan, the Supreme Personality of Godhead; Tina, three; Tara, of him; Rupa, forms. Translation: Lord Krishna himself is one undivided absolute truth, the ultimate reality. He manifests himself in three features as Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagavan. Purport: in the verse from Srimad Bhagavatam cited above, Bhagavatam 1 to 11, the principal word Bhagavan indicates the personality of Godhead, and Brahman and Paramatma are concomitant, deduced from the absolute personality, as a government and its ministers are deductions from the supreme executive head. In other words, the principal truth is exhibited in three different phases. The absolute truth, the personality of God Sri Krishna, is also known as Brahman and Paramatma, although all these features are identical. Right? So if we go back to the verse 62, this is our today's verse. Eimote nana rupa kore purva paksha tahore nirjite Bhagavata Padya Daksha. So, Yei Mote, in this way, thus, right? So, what is thus? To understand what is thus, we have to go back to the previous verse, which is text 61. Avatari Narayana Krishna Avatar Tenhote Chaturbhuja Inha Manushakar. Because Narayana has four hands, whereas Krishna looks just like a man, they say that Narayana is the original God, whereas Krishna is but an incarnation, right? So this is the general tendency of the population of this, or living entities of this material world, basically the human beings of this material world, that they think Vishnu is higher or greater than Lord Krishna, right? Why? Because it's in this verse says that we perceive God as supernatural. So supernatural means you should have some supernatural powers. He should not look like us, right? We have two hands and two legs. But Lord Vishnu has four hands. So we have four hands, and he's running. He has four hands. He holds Shankha Chakra Gada Padma, and he's effulgent. He looks really good with all the ornaments, and he's the Lord. He's Lord. We understand. But when it comes to the thing that who is the original personality of Godhead? Is it Lord Vishnu or Krishna? Then the people in general, they see Lord Vishnu as more superior than Krishna because of some confusion. What is the confusion? First thing is they're seeing the Lord as, because we as humans, we want to perceive the supreme original person as something magical and different and superior in some other way. They should not look like us. Like if you have someone like you don't give respect to them. Like you go to same office, same people, same temple, same people, so you don't have that respect. But if you come to know that that person is different, or maybe someone comes with some extra things like right, if someone comes in suit and boot, and we think that, oh, he's maybe some in managerial position or something like that, so we respect them. You know what I mean? We believe that he may be somewhere higher, somewhere higher position. Similarly, the tendency of the human beings is that because Vishnu has four hands, Shankha Chakra Gada Padma he carries in different, like they has multiple forms, right? So that's why they see, they means us, like human beings, we see Vishnu has the supreme personality of Godhead, and from Vishnu came Krishna. So that is one perspective that is given here, right? So this way, people think some scholars argue that because Narayana has four hands, whereas Sri Krishna has only two, Narayana is the original personality of Godhead and Krishna is the incarnation. So this is a misconception. Such unintelligent scholars do not understand the features of the absolute truth. Okay. So what are the features of the absolute truth? The features of the absolute truth are absolute truth has nothing to do with this material world, right? Lord Vishnu. First of all, just to clarify, there is no difference between Krishna and Lord Vishnu. Okay, we cannot argue that's a completely different topic. As this is Chaitanya Charitamrita, as this is a PhD level course we're discussing here, so we have to go into the uh, details of this who is the supreme personality of God kind of information here, right? But in reality, if you see from distance, it's all same. Krishna and Vishnu, there is no difference. There is no difference because Krishna is Vishnu, Vishnu is Krishna. So what is the difference between a 10th grader and 12th grader and a graduate student? The difference is that they all read the same calculus, they do the same calculus, but the only difference is as you go to the different higher grades, you go into the details and depth of the subject, and you keep opening the layers and layers and layers and go deep to understand the subject. So this is, as I said, Chaitanya Charitamrita is a PhD level course. Srila Prabhupada quotes it many times. So we are going into deep. Yes, for a 10th grader or for the 12th grader, um, uh, I mean, Krishna and Vishnu is same. There is no difference. But when we go higher stage, when we go to the PhD level or graduate level course, we have to go into the deep, go deep and understand the features. Okay, so that's why this point came up here of what is Krishna, who is greater, who is the supreme personality of Godhead. So this point came up. Now that after the disclaimer, let's talk about this verse. Okay, the verse is it says that human beings believe Narayana with the 400. Narayana has 400 form, and we as human beings we want we want to see if someone is superior. We want to see some mystical power, someone who is not doesn't look like us, right? So that's why Krishna has two hands, two legs, and we feel that he's just like us. So maybe he's not God. He's not the Supreme Personality. He's God, but he's not Supreme Personality. And the Supreme Personality is Vishnu because he has four hands. Okay, so that's the misconception we have. And that was said in 61st verse. But today's verse, 62nd verse, says that Eimathe, thus, with that knowledge, with that thinking, right? In this way, their arguments appear in various forms, but the poetry of Bhagavatam expertly refutes them all. So, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami Maharaj is saying that um, they have many arguments like that. Okay, because Vishnu has four hand forms, he's superior, and then because this he's superior, because of that he's superior. But all these arguments will be refuted by Srimad Bhagavatam sloka. That is next one. What is that sloka? Vadanti tattva vidas tattvam vijnanam advayam brahmeti paramatmeti bhagavan iti shabdyate. So what is that verse says? Learned transcendentalists who know the absolute truth say that it is non-dual knowledge and is called impersonal Brahman, the localized Paramatma, and the personality of Godhead. So they say that the Supreme Personality of Godhead has three features. What are those three features? The three features are Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagavan. Say, what is a Brahman? Brahman is the energy of the Lord, or the light, or the effulgence of the Lord. So, and the Paramatma is the for example, Srila Prabhupada gives a very, very beautiful example for this. He compares that with the sunlight, sun, and sun god. Okay, so the sunlight is everywhere, everywhere. When the sun rises on the horizon, and we see the light spreading across the whole world, on the earth at least. So we see the light spreading around everywhere. So that light is there, right? With that light, what happens? We understand there is sun come. That's sun came, sunlight came. So sun we say that sun came. So similarly, the Brahman is the effulgence of the Lord. So it is there. He's in that feature. That's a feature of the Lord. So when there is a Lord, there is Brahman. That means that's the energy of the Lord. Okay. the way who will so that is, yeah, let's keep it like this. So that's energy of the Lord. Now, who is giving that light? That is sun. Okay, the sun, we see with the senses there is something called a sun, and the sun is giving the light. Similarly, who is giving the life to the soul? That is Paramatma. So we say that there is someone called as Paramatma. That is another feature of the Lord. Okay. Now, when you say sun, there must be someone inside that, right? That is sun god. We call him. He has different names. So Vivashwan, right? No, yeah, there Vivashwan. There are names for the sun, different names for the sun, and he's a personality. He has two hands. I mean, sorry, four hands, two legs. He runs. I mean, he drives the chariot. So all those things features will get it. Similarly, we have Brahman, Paramatma, and the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So all these are identical. They're same, right? But the highest level personalities are the beings who understand that the sun, sorry, the original form of the Lord, who prays to the original form of the Lord, he'll be the he is getting the most benefit, or he's, even though these are all the features, they can go to a certain level, but there is a process to get to each and every level. So let's talk about that. So first of all, the Brahman is an energy of the Lord. So they who can reach to the energy of the Lord is the people who are trying to understand the transcendental knowledge, right? Trying to understand the Lord or the devotion by the knowledge, transcendental knowledge. They want to read, they want to understand, they want to speculate, they want to digest that knowledge. So all these years and years they spend time to understand the Lord. They by the knowledge, by taking the knowledge, reading scriptures and other things, so they will reach to the Brahman level, right? Now, they cannot perceive with its material sense. So basically, understanding the Lord means through the knowledge means they're just acquiring the knowledge of the It's a transcendental knowledge. It's not bad, but they cannot perceive or they cannot feel the supreme personality of Godhead, right? Other features of the Lord. So that's why they cannot reach beyond that point. They can just they get that their chakshuhu, jnana chakshuhu will get enlightened, and they go and reach that Brahman level, right? The effulgent level of the Lord. Now, the second level is Paramatma. Paramatma is the people who meditate upon the Lord, right? They meditate upon the Lord for years and years and years. They have the form. That meditation is on the Paramatma. Paramatma is a replication of Lord Narayana, right, with four hands, four-handed form. And that Paramatma is living with the Atma, which is a soul. This Paramatma is super soul. So Paramatma form, there is no difference. So he is Krishna himself. So that Paramatma, they meditate upon them and they reach to that Paramatma level, right? That is a meditation. The first one we talked about is about knowledge. They acquire the knowledge. They keep reading. They keep understanding the subjects. Yeah, somehow they understand reading through the knowledge, I mean reading through the scriptures and other things, and they get to the Brahman level. And the second one is they go through a meditation. They meditate upon the Lord. And the third level, or the highest level, is uh, bhakti yoga or bhakti marga. So this bhakti marga is basically considering, like, there are nine processes of bhakti, you know that. And surrendering to the Lord, and doing all these nine activities, or any one of the activities, or combination of these activities, will take us to the bhakti yoga level, where we can relate, where we can connect, where we can communicate, or where we can experience the exchanges of love between, between the Lord and ourselves. So that is the best one to achieve to, right? This is what um, yeah, iti Bhagavan is Shabdate. So this is there are basically we are talking about the three features of the Lord. One is Brahman, Paramatma, and um, Bhagavan. Bhagavan is the full features. It has there is so if you see sunlight, sun, and sun god. So if you want to, I mean, if you can experience the sunlight, but if you really want to communicate, if you really want to have a connection with the sunlight, you can't do it because there is someone called a sun god, with whom you have to connect with, right? So similarly, there is some Brahman, there is Paramatma, but if you really want to touch, if you really want to have that communication with the Supreme Personality of Godhead, then it should be in the form of Bhagavan, and we can reach there by Bhakti Yoga. So fortunately, Um, we are super fortunate because 500 years back, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came and spread this word and encouraged everyone to chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. This will connect us. This is a yoga dharma of chanting Hare Krishna. And our dear Srila Prabhupada, he brought this process directly. No, it's like, as we all know this example, right? It's taking an elevator. If you have to go to the 108th floor, right, or 120th floor, Burj Khalifa, you're trying to get into the Burj Khalifa's top floor, you cannot walk step by step, right? You may get tired, you may fall down, anything can happen because that's a floor by floor process. You have to go one floor after another floor after another floor after another floor if you're taking stairs, right? It's a long process. But fortunately, Srila Prabhupada gave us an elevator. He gave us an elevator. You just press button 108. Stand there, press button. Within 40 seconds, you're reaching there to the highest level of that building, right? So that is what we are fortunate about. So that's what all the devotees that walks into the temple have an opportunity to achieve this. They're getting into the elevator. They have stepped into the elevator. So we have to really take care of each and everyone that's walks into the temple, each and everyone, because they have this great opportunity. Not everyone has this opportunity, right? Sundays, so many Sundays goes on. Um, how many people come in? In Plainfield City, in Edison Township, there are so many people, right? The population is more than 1 million altogether in the central Jersey, but you don't see you don't see people coming into or walking into the temple. But someone who walked into the temple, um, because of their previous karmas, they walk into the temple and they have the opportunity. They can just get into the elevator and they can get into bhakti yoga right there. So as other devotees, or um, as we are all in the process of getting into that elevator and getting ready, so we should all behave, humbly behave very nicely with all others. That way everyone can flourish, everyone can take this opportunity which was provided by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada struggled super hard to get to this level, to bring this, to set this up. One umbrella for the whole world, where the whole world can come and stay under that umbrella. So I remember once there was this Mataji, um, I think she was from Ukraine. No, 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 sorry, Germany. We got an opportunity to serve her in our home, and she doesn't know even a single word of English. I don't know even a single word of German, whatever language she was speaking. So, but because we are under the same umbrella of Srila Prabhupada, we could serve her. It's the same prasadam, it's the same deities, it's the same mantras. There was no problem. She lived with us for 3 days, no problem. We understood. She was happy. We were happy. So that is the platform that Srila Prabhupada has created. It's not easy to create such a platform, and Srila Prabhupada has created that platform for all of us. But anyway, so that's why I'm talking about that. Is it is so important what we are getting. If you don't understand the importance of what we have, we'll never respect it, or we'll start ignoring what we have, will start behaving erratically. So that's why we should always think what the great opportunity we all have, and the great opportunity Srila Prabhupada has provided us. So we should take it with both hands, and grab to it and keep it safe, and be mindful. Be mindful for us, for others, and for everyone. That way, everyone can flourish. That's one thing. And now, what we're talking is Bhakti Yoga. So, Srila Prabhupada gave us Bhakti Yoga, and with the Bhakti Yoga, we can go and touch or go to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So, that Supreme Personality of Godhead has three features. The three features are um, Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagavan himself. Okay, so this is verse 63. You go to verse 64, and Kaviraj Goswami mentions Shunabhai shloka karaha vichar yekha mukhya tattva tena tahara prachar. My dear brothers, kindly listen to the explanation of this verse and consider its meaning. The one original entity is known in his three different features. So he's emphasizing that there is only one original deity. You call him Krishna, you call him Vishnu, no matter what. But he has three features. What are those three features? Three features are Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagavan. Is Vishnu Bhagavan? Yes. Is Krishna Bhagavan? Yes. So it's the same thing, right? But with three features. The last verse is Advaya Gnana Tattva Vastu Krishna Swarupa Brahma Atma Bhagavan Tena Tara Rupa. So Lord Krishna himself is one undivided absolute truth, the ultimate reality. So another emphasis is on Krishna. So Krishna Raj Kavidas Goswami gave the example, like quoted as the verse from Srimad Bhagavatam 1 to 11. And now he's quoting that this absolute truth, the ultimate reality, Advaya Gnana Tattva. Advaya means there is no duality. There is no Advaitamachyutamanadi Manantarupam Adhyam Purana Purusham Navayavvanam Cha Vedeshu Durlabhamadurlabhamatma Bhaktau Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. That's what Brahmaji says. Brahmaji says, Advaitam. There is no duality. He is only one. Is Krishna and Vishnu different? No, that is one. Krishna is one, that one supreme personality of Godhead, right? What are the other features Brahmaji is mentioning? Advaitam, Achyutam. He'll never perish. He's always full. Achyutam, Anadhim. There is no Adi for him. There is no beginning for him, right? Who knows the beginning of Krishna? Who knows how Krishna came in? No one knows because he was always there. He's always there. There is no one, no Anadhi. Like if there is no Adi, there is no beginning for him. Advaitam Achyutam Anadhim Ananta. He is Ananta. There is no limit for him, right? So if there is a limit for us, right? Um, if I'm in one room, I cannot be in some other place. So I'm limited. We are limited. So similarly, but Krishna is not limited. Advaitam Achyutam Anadim Ananta Rupam. His form is like that. Advaitam Achyutam Anadim Ananta Rupam Adhyam Purana Purusham Navayavanam Cha. Even though he is Purana Purusha, he is the oldest of the world. He is the oldest of the world. No one is before him, means there is no one older than him, right? You all agree? No one is before him, meaning he's the oldest. There is no one before him. So he's the oldest. That means he's the oldest. But how does he look? Nava Yavvanamcha. He looks like a young Kishora Avastha, like Kishora, like 16-year-old boy. That is Krishna. He's the oldest person. He's the oldest. But he looks like a 16-year-old, pristine, clear, beautiful form. That is Krishna. Advaitamachyutamanadim nantarupam adhyam purana purusham navayavvanam cha vedeshu durlabam. You go through the papers and the pages of the scriptures like Vedas, it's very hard to find him. You cannot find him because Vedas is for the living beings in this material world, like for the knowledge. I'm not blaspheming, or I'm not degrading the power of Vedas. I'm just like the word says, Brahmaji is saying that Vedeshu Durlabham. You cannot find him in the Vedas. It's very hard to find him because Vedas is full of like what to do and when to do. Like it's like a guide for the human beings in the living entities in this material world. So you don't find him in those pages. Adhurlabam Atma Bhakta. So for the Atma Bhaktas, for the devotees, he's always there. It's very easy for them. Like you go to deity of Krishna, you pray to him, he's right there. You offer him, you do all kinds of activities, like we offer prayers, we dress him, we bathe him, we do abhishek, we do everything, right? So that is um, for devotees, he's always there. He's right there, right? So Atma Bhakto, Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami. So Brahmaji is saying that I'm praying to the Lord that Govinda, who is Govindam Adipurusham, he is the first person. He is the first person, Adipurusham. Tamaham Bhajam, he's praying to that Lord, Sri Krishna. So, but anyway, so Advaya Gnana is the non-dual knowledge, absolute truth. There is no second thing for Krishna. If someone says, "Hey Krishna, I want a son like you," there are so many instances that happen in the we know in the scriptures, right? There's so many people they said, "We want a son like you." There is no son. There is no second one. There is no nothing. He has to come because there is no duality. There is nothing other than him. So he cannot he just has to come. So that's what happens. Advaijnana Tattva Vastu Krishnera Swarupa. His form is such a absolute truth form. And his features are three. What are those features? Brahma, Atma, Bhagavan. So these three features. Tina Tara Rupa are his forms, are his um, manifestations or features. Okay, so these three features. Um, Eventually, we talk a lot about what happens now. As we are talking about the confusions, right? What is the one confusion devotees have is that hey, Ei mate nana rupa kore purva paksha. So there are arguments from the people that hey, Krishna is not may not be the supreme personality of Godhead, and Vishnu is the supreme personality of Godhead because he has 400 forms. The other yeah, like that, there are so many arguments, right? Maybe this is not this. We see Vishnu, like when Devatas go, or Brahmaji took all the Bhudevi and others to Svetavaraha Dvipa, sorry, Sveta Dvipa. Then Vishnu was the one who spoke to them. So because Vishnu spoke to them, Vishnu said that he's going to come down. So that's why Vishnu came down as Krishna. So those kind of arguments are there. Now, why? So let's think like that, right? Let's think. Do you, if any of you, I don't know how many of you are here, but did you ever think, what is the reason for this confusion? Like, did you ever believe? My question is, did you ever believe that Vishnu is the supreme personality of Godhead and Krishna is the incarnation? Now the question for all of you is that, is it a right thing or a wrong thing? Is it right or wrong?
Prabhuji, we never heard this argument until we learned from the Chaitanya Charitamrita.
Okay,
It
so
never came to this mind.
oh really? So
We always believe Krishna is the
supreme
supreme
personality.
personality of Godhead.
That's very good. That's very good. I was not like that. When I was growing up, I always thought Vishnu is the supreme personality of Godhead.
Yeah, same Prabhuji. I was also thinking when I used to come for Bhakti Viksha and all that, I was saying, oh, Krishna is the incarnation of Vishnu. But devotees, they were not like criticizing or something, but they were explaining very nicely. And then
Right.
we came to know, oh, Krishna is the origin, and then Vishnu are the forms and all that. But before coming to ISKCON, I was also having that misconception.
Yes. So let's talk about it, right? We have some time. We have like another 10-15 minutes. So if you're all interested, we can talk about that confusion, right? So Brahmaji's day, right? In Brahmaji's day, there are 1,000 kalpas. One kalpa is 4 yugas. Okay. Am I saying it right? Okay, the word may be wrong, but okay, there are 1,000 Chatur yugas. Okay. So in 1,000 Chatur yugas, okay, that is one Brahmaji's day. So 1,000 Chatur yugas means you'll get 1,000 Dwapar yugas. Got it? So if it is
Mhm.
1,000 Dwapar yugas, every Dwapar yuga Krishna is coming, correct? So if 1,000 times Krishna is coming, but Krishna says that I come only once in a day of Brahma. You understand what I'm saying? Think about it.
Right.
1000 Chaturyugas, there are 1000 Dwapar Yugas. In 1000 Dwapar Yugas, there must be 1000 times Krishna should appear, right? But Krishna says that I come once in a day of a Brahma.
Brahma. Right.
Okay. Now, what happened to other 999 times? Who is coming as Krishna? Okay. So
Maybe.
I think that yes, that is Shirodaksha Vishnu. He comes as Krishna. Got it? Every Dwapar Yuga, Krishna appears. The Krishna appears, Shirodaksha Vishnu comes as Krishna for a Dwapar Yuga and other 999 yugas. But only one yuga, that is the almost in the midday of Brahmaji, Krishna comes in. Swam Krishna, Swam the Supreme Personality of Godhead from Goloka, he comes down. When that Krishna comes down, in that next yuga, that is like Dwapar Yuga, Krishna comes down, the original person of Krishna, Godhead comes down. The next yuga, that is Kali Yuga, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes. Okay, there are so many signs that follows. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes only when in that yuga, in that Chatur Yuga, when the Krishna comes. Okay, that's one point. And this Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, directly from Goloka comes. When that Krishna from Goloka comes, he brings all his planetary expansions. Okay, all his people, all his dham. He sets up his dham and everything. So that is why there is a lot of confusion, right? 999 times, if one day of Brahma. So think about how many scriptures talking about Vishnu taking birth as, I mean, sorry, Vishnu appearing as Krishna. Do you know what I mean? So that means that's why that thought, that process, that scriptures, the explanations of Krishna coming from coming from Vishnu is so much so that they don't have, unless you go to this level of PhD level of going deep and dissecting the scriptures, we don't understand this part because in out of 1000 times Krishna, the original Supreme Person of Godhead, comes only once. So that's why there is that confusion. And you all know that, right? Kshirodaksha Vishnu is Chaitanya Charitamrita is so detailed. We get to know each and every part, how the expansion happens, who comes from where. All those details are here. We'll get into those details. Actually, we covered already some a little bit, but a lot of details will come in the following chapters. Okay, so we will talk about um, Chaturvyuha and first Chaturvyuha, second Chaturvyuha, Sankarshana. Again, from Sankarshana comes Mahavishnu, who is also called as Karanadaksha Vishnu. From Karanadaksha Vishnu, he expands further into Garbhodaksha Vishnu, and he enters each and every universe. And in that universe, Garbhodaksha Vishnu is laying down on the Garbhodaka ocean, which is the bottom part of the universe, right? But on the top, right. Right, almost close to Satyaloka, there is some dvipa called as Sveta Dvipa, or the where we have a milk ocean, Shirodaka ocean. So that we have Shirodaka Shai Vishnu lying on that ocean, and he comes as Paramatma. So he is the one who enters each and every living entity, each and every atom as Paramatma. Each and every atom, if something is having some form or some taste or something, it's only because of the presence of that element of Paramatma in that atom. So we understand these things. We have read through this. This is all lower grade knowledge. I mean, if you want to put it like that. But what I'm trying to say is like we know all these things, and so that Kshirodaksha Vishnu. Um, he does also come down as Krishna, another 999 yugas. So that's why there is a lot of scriptures that they talk about that. That's true on one side if you consider that way, but the original Supreme Personality of Godhead is Krishna, right? Who says that? This verse says that. Who says that? Everyone says that. Every demigod accepts that. Everyone says that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Brahmaji says that. right? All the great scholarly people says that Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. Different literatures talk about it. Srimad Bhagavatam talks about Krishna, Sri Krishna being the supreme personality of Godhead. So, yeah, see, overall, at the on the high level, we should never differentiate between Krishna and Vishnu, because they're both the same. Srila Prabhupada also explains this example that if Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead, if he's like a family man, he's in the house, right? When that same family man goes to work, he, like at home, he may be in the shorts and like playing with the children and doing other things, right? It's relaxed position. But when he goes to office, if maybe he's an MD of some company, then he'll have his the clothes are changing, his behavior is changing, his words are changing, his activities are changing. So that is Vishnu. Same personality. He was just half an hour before he was at home, but the moment he goes to office, his behavior changes, his appearance changes. That is Vishnu. So when he's appearing as Vishnu, he has duties to perform, right? So he has duties to perform, but when he's at home, he has no duties. He's just relaxed. He has some duties towards the family, but it's all fun related duties. Just being engaged in the fun and eating and having fun, playing and playing flute. Look at that. Like that's what we want to go to, right? If we may get attracted to the position of that person in the office, but in reality that position has some limitations. I mean, like you cannot really interact a couple of ways, right? You cannot go eat and sleep with him. But if you have your dad at home, then you can just sleep with him, you can talk to him, you can have some fun, you can bring your problems, you can play, you can do everything with him. So that is the difference. Okay. um, I think that is all I have for this class. Is there any reflections, anything to share?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dhamma Pranams. Very nice class, Prabhuji. Thank you for that.
Hare Krishna
Um,
Prabhu.
I have a question. First time I got to know that in the rest 999 times, Kshiradakshaya Vishnu comes as Krishna. So thank you for that knowledge, Prabhuji. So I'm just curious. So during that times when Krishna does not come in his original form, the leelas that happen, they are not the same as the leelas that happen when Krishna comes in his original form. The purpose is same, but the way Krishna comes, I mean, because he's not the original personality of Godhead, is there any difference? I mean, just imagining.
Right, very good point, Mataji. As far as I know, all the leelas will happen as they are, but they are the all the leelas will happen. They are not coming from the Golok Dham. All the other, like Srimati Radharani, maybe Lakshmi Devi will appear as Srimati Radharani in this context, right? So all others, the Golok Vasis, they don't come down at that point. All these they come from Vaikuntha or some other places, but not from Golok Dham. Everything will happen the same, like Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda Maya, all those are not directly from Goloka.
Okay.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you
Right.
so much. Very nice class, Prabhuji. Yeah, that point I also came to know first time. Like, so thank you so much for that. We never think all these things, right? But sometimes we get the clue from someone, and then we start thinking. Like, yeah, Krishna comes in a one day of Brahma, and only like 51st
Yeah,
days gone. And we are so fortunate, like, it was like Krishna came just 5,000 years plus ago, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So,
right,
so
Nitin.
blessed, so blessed. So thank you so much, Prabhuji, for that point. Really like appreciate, because we should think like we are just listening and all that, but we should think about that. Very nice, Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
Thank
Haribol.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, nice class.
Hare
You
Krishna.
have explained very well. And one question, when you sing that Brahma Saita's prayer, Brahmaji prayer, I love it when you sing. So you have memorized whole prayers or just a couple of words?
Fortunately, I practiced learning it, Mataji, for some time, so I know. I mean, I used to chant every morning, like wake up and chant. So that's how I learned it. And yeah, the not whole Brahma Samhita. The whole Brahma Samhita is like they have 56 verses or something like that. But Srila Prabhupada recommended 30 verses, so that 30 verses I know, Mataji. I know how to recite.
It looks so sweet when you all Shiksha Gurus, whenever we listen to them. I love it when you sing. I said I should also learn. I am getting inspiration from you that I should memorize.
Yeah, Mataji, and also please learn the meaning. Meaning is super, super sweet. I mean, if you learn the meaning, then you'll be attracted to learn the verse. Very nice meaning, Mataji. Brahmaji is giving all the explanations, different. He's going into detail of why Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Yeah.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Mataji. All right. So, Simheshwar Prabhu, back to you. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Yeah, Hare Krishna. Thank you, Hare Krishna Prabhuji, for a wonderful class. Very nice. Thank you so much. Anything else? Anybody else has anything to add? Any other comments, questions, concerns? No? Okay. So then let's conclude then today's class. Thank you so much. And let's pray together. Vancha kalpatarupasya kripa sindhu bhevaja patidana pavani Vaishnavebhyo namo namaha Vaishnavanda ki jai. Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki jai. Srila Prabhupada
Ki jai.
Gaudiya Vaishnavanda ki.
Ki
Gauri
jai.
Premanande Hari Hari.
Thank you, Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Thank you, everyone. Hare
Thank you.